Hey everyone, welcome to vlog 56. My name is Linda. I'm also known as Wool Hobby and I'm an indie dyer based in the Netherlands. I have a web shop where I sell my hand-dyed yarn, handy knitting notions, needles and my own patterns. Welcome. I have to find my notes because I make notes throughout the week on my telephone to not forget what I want to tell you. But you are on my phone now. But thanks for iCloud. The notes are also on my computer. And Apollo is here. Apollo is here. And he is, of course, making life difficult for me. He is such a sweetie, but whenever I start to record, he wants to give hugs to the camera stand. Okay, now he's settling down, so that's good. Welcome. Let's see, I have 2 finished objects, a lot of acquisitions, and, well, some works in progress. So let's start. It's Monday, May 20th, which is, how do you call it in English? I have to find a translation. Pentecost. I just saw it on Granite State Yarn's Instagram and I forgot the word already, Pentecost. And in the Netherlands, we have the first day of Pentecost on Sunday and we have the second day of Pentecost on Monday. So this is like a second Sunday really. And so we are enjoying an extra day, and that was really nice because last Saturday I was vending at a fair in Jouren in the northern part of the Netherlands. And it was a long day, but it was an extremely busy day as well. And when we came home, we did unpack the car and we left it here in the living room because we were so tired, and it was around 10 o'clock in the evening. So we had a drink with the boys, they were both home, and then we went to bed. And yesterday we did count most of the yarn and we rearranged it in the bins where it is supposed to be. And today we counted the rest. And it was really nice that we had 2 days to do that. Let's see, back to my notes. At Jouren onder de Wol, that's what the fair is called, I bought several things. And let's see, let's do the acquisitions first. This is one big mess really, because I recorded the Dutch vlog before dinner and now it's after dinner. It's already pretty late, it's past 7. But here we are. I bought this new project bag. This is a bag by a Dutch maker. Her name is Rachel and she is selling bags by the name Rachelebel. And she has all these vintage fabrics, and the inside is this lovely fabric as well. It doesn't have any pockets or anything, and it has a drawstring. So this is really a lovely, lovely big bag. And in here, let's see, are we going to do acquisitions all the way? No, let's chat about what's in there as well. Because in there is my mouwen sweater for Kirsi. And let's see, I finished the body. That's nothing new because I already showed it. I also showed it with the first sleeve ruffle, and I just started knitting on it again yesterday. So it's just a tiny bit, as you can see. This is where I was last time I showed it. So I just did about, well, how much is this? I'm very bad in estimating, but this must be like maybe 2 inches. I put in a shorter cable because I was not happy with the amount of stretch my cable required to have all the stitches on there. And I am designing this sweater for my daughter Kirsi. She's 21 years old and currently she is in Peru for an internship, and she was supposed to come back home on June 14th, but all is going so well. So she decided that she wanted to come home earlier. So she is planned to come home now on June 6th. And I was kind of planning to have this sweater finished when she comes back. It won't be sweater weather then, but then she can try it on and I can start thinking about how I'm going to grade this. I was very happy to see that at the School of Sweet Georgia, there is a grading course available now. So when I have finished this knit, I'm going to dive in and see if I can grade this sweater myself. This will probably be the smallest size available, but I want to bring it up for several sizes. So I might want to add 5 sizes maybe, I don't know yet. And then I will have it test knitted. I will probably knit it again myself, probably. But, well, I am really happy working on this. The merino is my own yarn, and the fluff is from Apmestra. And it was outgrowing my Sevilla project bag, hence my decision to put it in my Rachelle Bell bag. So it can live in here while I continue working on it. Oh, I will move the stitch marker up right away. So that you can see my progress next time I show it. So that's one acquisition and one work in progress. Let's take a look at my list. Okay, next up is this bag. This bag is by a maker, another Dutch maker called Hobby Bags. Her name is Inge, and 2 weeks ago she posted the fabric for this bag on her Instagram, and I was like, I want one. I did consider if I wanted to gift it, but now that I have it, I don't want to give it away anymore. So it's kind of selfish, but I'm going to keep it. Look at this bag. This is the girl with the pearl earring, of course, but there are other Dutch paintings on here as well, and I absolutely absolutely love it. Look at this. It has a handle so that you can carry it around. It has a zipper. It has two big pouches. And in here is my test knit for Debbie. She is Yarnaholic 52 on Ravelry. And I talked about it last time on vlog 55. I am going to dye up kits for her next design, and this design will be knitted in the Never Enough Lace group on Ravelry in September. And you need one skein of contrast color yarn. I decided to keep them semi-solid, and you need one skein of assigned pooling yarn. And I decided to keep those in just two colors. No speckles, no complicated things, because I really want to have the pattern showing and showcasing. So, and I'm test knitting it, and I am allowed to show it. This is how far I am now. This was kind of folded over in the back. The setup is just a few rows of garter stitch, then you get a tiny pattern section, an assigned pooling section, and I just started the beaded section. And this shawl will grow out and eventually will go back in again, so that you have a triangular shaped shawl, but with a center spine. It is an absolute lovely knit, and I was so happy to see that the Never Enough Lace group gained some followers after my last video. I am not sure about English followers, but several of the Dutch knitters decided to go there and become a member of the group so that they could keep an eye out for when the pattern comes out and when the knit along starts. So that is living in my Girl with the Pearl Earring bag. And Debbie just released another part of the pattern, so I might knit some more on this today, I'm not sure. Look, this is the logo of Hobby Bags, and she always adds some stitch markers in the color of the fabric to the bag. And these are lovely heart-shaped ones. So cute. I absolutely love this bag. Take a look at the list. Okay, yes, I bought a tiny notions pouch, a pyramid pouch. And I bought this at Steekjes and Zo. Her name is Liane. She makes project bags, yarn sleeves. I have many of her yarn sleeves in here. Project bags, yarn sleeves, notions pouches, needle cozies. And this is the flag of Friesland, the province where Joure is and where we were last Saturday. So I really wanted to have one as a souvenir, really. So this is nice. There's nothing in there yet. I am going to put in one of my tiny scissors and some stitch markers, and I think the handy tool fits in here as well. And then it can just live in one of my project bags and help me out whenever I need. I also bought some stitch markers. First of all, I bought several at De Freules. And I bought these for my mum. Angel's wings and a cross. And I think my mum will really like these. So when I see her this coming Saturday. I will bring them for her. I also bought these 2 tiny tins, and in this one there are some stitch markers I also bought at the Vreules, and I bought these for myself. Little daisy, a lighthouse, and just a nice stitch marker. And then when I bought my bag at Rachellebel, I saw that she also sold stitch markers, but those are made by her daughter, Sam. And I could not resist. There are 2 with a lobster clasp. These both have a lobster clasp, a gummy bear and a balloon dog. And then I have this one has a like an earring clasp, another balloon dog in gold. And then I have this tiny stitch marker, which is a Starbucks cup. Focus. Well, we all know the Starbucks logo, right? So I'm going to put these in several of my projects, because I just can't stand new stitch markers. Let's see. Oh yes, before I forget, the last vlog, vlog 55, I announced a giveaway for my 2-year birthday of Wool Hobby. So if you would like to make a chance to win 3 skeins of my hand-dyed yarn in your choice of color and in your choice of base, well, as long as I have it, of course, you have to go back to vlog 55, and there I will tell you how you can enter the giveaway. Yes, that is what I was looking for. Okay, so let's see. I have a finished object. My Castle in the Sky socks, a pattern by Paper Daisy Creations by Lisa, and this is in my forest green yarn, but this skein came out a little too dark to be, and I decided to keep it myself. And this pair of socks I will donate to the fundraiser of Green Socks. They collect green socks which they give out to women in hospitals who are fighting gynecology cancer. The Castle in the Sky socks, as you can see, has loads and loads and loads of purling. I don't mind purling, but I do not particularly like it on a smaller circumference. But I do like the end result of this sock, and but this pattern was not very intuitive. I had to use the chart at all times, so that was interesting. It's a beautiful pattern, as you can see, and it's very engaging. It's not boring at all. Well, a foot with hardly any patterning can be a little, well, boring is not the right word, but you know what I mean. So, but I'm very happy to have these finished, and I have to see how I can send them to the fundraiser. One of the knitters from Ravelry in the summer sock camp group where I showed them, or in the Paper Daisy Creations group. I'm not sure, but one of the English knitters asked, how do you determine what size you are going to knit? And I didn't give it a lot of thought really. I just was like, okay, we are going to make these socks in my size. I have a very common women's size, 39-40, about that, which I forgot what the American size is. But I just thought that if everyone is knitting in their own size, they end up with a variety of sizes, because most people, or well, we all have different sizes, right? So I think it will be perfectly fine, really. I have another finished object. I finished my high energy chickadee. That is how I am calling her for now. This is the Emotional Support Chicken by Annette Corsino. Well, I can't imagine that there are people that have never seen the Emotional Support Chicken. It is such a popular pattern at the moment. I followed the pattern. I used my new DK yarn, but I didn't want to open 2 more skeins for the contrast color and the beak. So I decided to use minis, and I used my regular minis, so I held the yarn double. DK stands for double knit, so just 2 strands of my regular yarn was perfect. I used safety eyes, but it is for a 21-year-old girl, just for fun, so that's no problem. The only thing I altered is how this was stitched together. You could do a 3-needle bind off, or you could crochet them together, but I wanted to have a nice flat line, and so I did this crochet thingy, which gives you a kind of a braided look, really. See? And this high energy chickadee used up all the fiberfill that I had left in my house. So if I would want to make more, no, I'm not going to make more. I did not want to make an emotional support chicken at all, because I saw the pattern knitted so many times. So I kind of lost my interest. I was like, there's no surprise there anymore. So, and my sister knitted 3 for our booth at the yarn fair. So there was no need for me to knit an emotional support chicken, but I loved knitting one for Annika, for my friend's daughter. She will stay here a little longer, because I promised Marilyn to add socks for her to the package as well, which I don't have yet. So I'm going to knit her socks, and once they are completed, I will send a package off to Connecticut in the United States. I received my yarnable package. I'm going to show it because it's old news, really. I managed to keep my yarnable a secret for me. I saw the Crazy Sock Lady talking about it and just skipped ahead, and I have not seen it on Instagram, I think. Well, there were 2 or 3 other occasions where I was like, no, I don't want to know what's in there yet. But I'm going to show it because I think it's old news. In this lovely, lovely envelope, everyone who ever ordered a yarnable knows about it. And you receive the yarn in this little bag. And this is the May colorway. Let's see. Yes, like this. And this is called May 2024, the Berry Citrus Bliss. It is on their plush sock base, 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, 437 yards on 100 grams. And this is so nice. I would never pick these colors myself, but that is the charm of having a surprise package delivered. So I'm going to enjoy knitting these up. I will probably save this for summer sock camp because, hey, I do want to knit socks for the entire summer. So I will save this. In there was lemonade. And in the pouch that came with it was another bag of lemonade. This was in the package I just showed you. And this was also in there. And I have my oldest son coming over in 3 weeks. And he is going to do a tour de parents with his friends from his dorm room where he is still living. He's 28. He finished university last year. So he's working now, but he has not left his dorm room yet because he just doesn't have any other place to live yet. So, but he is looking around because he does want to move. But they are going to do a tour de parents, so I will have 7 guys for a barbecue here. And I thought that's nice to make this. They will probably drink beer, of course, as well. But why not lemonade as well? And these from Sarah Makes the Labels. Thanks, I made it, are in here. So that was the yarnable package. And I'm going to enjoy myself knitting this. I just, I forgot to show you this stitch marker. A rainbow cloud. This is by steekmarkeerders.nl. Meek. She has so many lovely stitch markers. And this was in my hobby bags bag as well. Let's see what's next. My Ariana cardigan. Okay, so my Ariana cardigan was not making any progress. I was in doubt the entire time if it would work out. So I decided to start all over again. I altered my way of working. I altered my squares. I decided on doing a join as you go method, which I didn't like at first, but when I was joining the way I came up with, the same technique that I used for the chicken tail, that didn't work either. It's beautiful, but I just didn't like doing it for such a long time. So my Ariana cardigan was getting nowhere. I started over, like I said, I'm joining as you go, and this is mid-front, this is going up to my shoulder, and so this is going to go around me. And since I'm joining as you go, I decided to, well, I was working here, and then I decided, no, I'm going to do the circumference first. So I added this square today, and now I'm going to add a square here, and then I'm going to add a triangle again, and then a square and a triangle, so that I can check. I'm sorry, that was pretty loud, perhaps. So that I can check which of these two sizes will fit me. I think this one will fit me because I also added an extra round in my squares. I used to crochet them with my golden leaves, Where's My Martini, Vuur en Bos, Where's My Martini, in the navy, and Where's My Martini. And as you can see here, I added one more round in my golden leaves colorway. So the squares are a little bigger. The joining as you go method gives this kind of holy join, but since it's all over, it will work out very well, I think. So I'm really happy with my decision. And I already grabbed another skein of golden leaves because I might run out before I finished my cardigan. And I'm definitely running out of Where's My Martini? So I have new skeins here. And I grabbed a leftover, oh yes, no, I don't know where I left it, but I grabbed a leftover Vuur en Bos because that might not be enough either. So my Ariana cardigan is on the go again, and I think I'm going to add stitch markers to the squares that I am adding between now and the next time I show it to you, so that I can show you which squares have been added in. Let's see. My 24 birds. Oh, and my Ariana cardigan is just living in a basket right next to me. My 24 birds is living in this bag I showed you last time. And I just added a few more rounds. Let's see where my stitch marker is. Here it is. This is the stitch marker that indicates where I was last time. So I just added a few more rounds. The rounds are pretty big because they are 576 stitches. And but it's a really easy knit. The pattern is easy to read in your knitting, and every other row is just knit. Well, and there are some purls, but the pattern is very easy to memorize. So yesterday I was knitting while we watched Hidden Figures, the movie about the colored women working as computers in the NASA space program. And it was a really, really good movie. I do like movies based on a true story. And I kind of felt the shame of how these women were treated. Not only by their colleagues, but by entire communities, really. I always think that I'm not into discriminating, but mistakes are made so easy. So it could be the case that I have hurt people in the past or may hurt people in the future because of my way of speaking about things. I don't want to hurt anyone. Let's just make that very clear. And I would never want to hurt anyone because of their gender or their skin color or their size or whatever. But I think it happens more often than you can think of. And I always hope that when I say something stupid, that people will talk to me like, that's hurtful, or do you even hear what you are saying? Because if you don't know you are hurting people, oh my goodness, I just saw the biggest wasp ever. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. That was a distraction. It was flying here in front of the window. The windows are closed, so it can't come in, but it was huge. Okay, well, focus. Okay, so I don't want to hurt people, but I think a mistake is made so easily. And there it was again. Please, go home. Go somewhere else. Oh, this might be one that survived the winter, right? Please go live somewhere else. And I don't want to hurt people. That's the third time that I want to say something about that. But I always hope that people will say it to me. There has been occasions that I felt hurt. And I don't think I had the courage to speak up for myself. It is changing now that I'm getting older. Yes, it definitely is changing. But as a kid and as a younger woman, I don't think I had the courage to speak up. Which is stupid, really. I have my Yolanda socks. This is my pattern, Yolanda, which I designed 2 years ago. Oh, this is where I was last time. So I finished the foot and I finished the heel today. I'm on the leg and I only have to knit the leg completely in pattern until I think it's long enough. I designed this pattern 2 years ago. It is a lovely, lovely textured pattern. And I had to look up my own pattern, first of all, to see how I did the pattern stitch, which is super easy. So I just had to look it up and I was like, oh yes, I know what I did. But today I was knitting the heel and I was completely blown away about how I came up with this heel. And I was knitting my pattern and I was like, no, did I really wrote it down this way? I think I made a mistake there. And I don't know how many times I tell to knitters, trust the pattern. This time I had to tell it to myself. Trust the pattern. When you knit your heel flap, most of the time, quite often, you have a very nice line on one side of your pattern and a line with gaps on the other side of your pattern. And I used a technique that I called the forgotten stitch to avoid holes on one side of the pattern. So using this technique, I have two really beautiful matching sides of my heel. Let's see if I can show it like that. Not completely, but let's see if this helps. Oh, this foot is a little too small for this leg, but look at this. I'm not sure if it's showing up really well. I hope so. But I was pleasantly surprised about what I came up with and how I calculated the heel to go straight up in the pattern. I'm going to move the stitch marker up. I'm going to leave this one in because, oh no, I'm going to put in another one of my new ones. Let's see. I'm going to put in my balloon dog, the golden one, so that I can show you the progress next time. Ta-da! So that is my sock Yolanda. And I am surprising myself. I have also been knitting, and I don't know if I showed this last time. I'm not sure. There was a stitch marker in here, but when we drove to Yaure Saturday morning, we left at 6 o'clock. I cast on the second sock and I used my stitch marker to mark the halfway point when I was casting on. So I took it out and I was like, oh wow, that might have been the spot where I was last time. But I was a little in doubt. Maybe I finished this one already. I'm not sure. Anyways, I cast on the second one and I just started the pattern for the first round. It is living in the bag that my friend Esther made for me. This is such a nice size for socks, but also I'm also so very happy with my new bag for Kiersey's sweater. And I am going to move the stitch marker up in this one as well. Oh, I already did. And I will add a stitch marker to my test knit so that I can show you the progress on that one as well. Let's put in the little rainbow cloud because that's still here on the card. I will put it in the spine. Okay. I did not move the stitch marker in my 24 birds, I think. I will do that in a minute. Let's see what is left. I don't think I have anything left. If I'm going to put in the end roll of this video, I will put vlog 55 on one of these sides. So if you want to win 3 skeins of my yarn, go back to vlog 55 and where you can hear how you can enter, because I will announce the winner of the 3 skeins in the next vlog, and that might be as simple and easy as next week. I'm not sure. I am heading into an extremely busy time because as of now, as of tomorrow, I will start dyeing up the advent. I still have advent calendars left, by the way. My advent is 12 mini skeins, custom dyed, because you will receive a survey when you order an advent, and the answers will determine your color palette. So 20 mini skeins of 20 gram merino, 12 mini skeins of 20 gram merino, and 12 handy crafty notions. It will be packed in an awesome package, and it is available. The price for the Dutch, for the people living in the Netherlands, is $89.95, and the euro and dollar are not that far apart. But if you order from the States, taxes will be taken off, so it will be cheaper, but shipping and handling for the United States will make it a little more expensive than for the locals. But still, my advent is really good priced for advent prices and for the value that you get. So I still have some left. They will be in the web shop until the end of June, or maybe mid-June, or until they sell out, of course. So I will start dyeing up the advent. I need to restock on all my regular skeins because I sold a lot of skeins at the fair last Saturday. My new high twist yarn was very well received, so I get to dye up a lot of high twist yarn. And I will also be doing a lot of designing in the upcoming weeks. So I will never be bored. I am never bored. But I will be working really hard and designing and knitting a lot. I hope you enjoy everything you do. Happy making, whatever you are making, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.